Triple Whistle, the only podcast that talks about Genoa Cricket and Football Club in English. Powered by Genuani Siresta, our guests every week will comment the game performances, players, ratings, tops and flops, here at Triple Whistle.
Choose red and blue. Choose losing a derby. Choose leaving a legend. Choose De André. Choose missing a fucking penalty 5 minutes into stoppage time. Choose to live abroad. Choose to miss the Luigi Ferraris on Derby Day. Choose to not see those cyclists right in front of you. Choose 1893 and wonder who the fuck you are on a Sunday morning. Choose 777 Partners, the future of your club that was about to go bankrupt, and only thanks to them it is not. Choose to be proud everywhere and regardless. Choose Franco Scoglio. Choose Marco Rossi. Choose Signorini. Choose Gorin and many more. Choose Genoa CFC. Choose life.
Welcome back to Triple Whistle, the only podcast that talks about Genoa Cricket and Football Club in English. My name is Tobia. I'm speaking to you from Edinburgh. I'm connected now with Alex Pugno from London that just wanted to make this little speech at the beginning of this podcast because it's a really, really difficult day for us today, taking the terrible result during the derby game played against Sampdoria on Saturday, lost for 1-0. Hi, Alex. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. The past 48 hours have been terrible, but we need to move on.
Definitely we do. We need to move on. And I think that finding pride on who we are and reading and trying to, bring back memories to what our legendary past and what our bright future could be is something that definitely can help. I bet you've seen the game, as probably most of us, or all of us did. I want to go through the story of the game for those that, out of choice, decided not to look at it or they couldn't. We've seen in my opinion, a very bad football game. Definitely not a Serie A game. It was the derby, so that was going to be expected. However, the quality on the pitch was really, really awful for both teams. We, as we always do in derbies that are supposed to be on a 0-0 score, we managed to lose and concede one goal. And it was probably the only clear chance throughout the whole game for both teams. And then throughout the second half, we tried to create chances and to do something, but we really couldn't be dangerous at all. Reaching the 95th minute with already enough delusion in our hearts, we witnessed something that it's probably the biggest joke in football, I would say. The gods of football really didn't love us, as our captain Mimmo Crescito, under the Gradinata North, failed what it was a clear penalty, allowing Sampdoria to win. And I don't think there's a worse way to lose a football game, never mind a derby. What are your thoughts of the game? What do you think happened? And there's anything that you want to maybe bring to us that I might have missed?
Right. I'd like to start from what Blessin said. We look like a school team versus a team of adults. And that was pretty much the whole game. Again, like other times, we lacked 1-2s or crosses in the middle. We didn't take advantage of free kicks or corners, really. And it seemed like most of the match, the strategy was long, high balls for Destro. And Destro didn't manage to get a single one, as far as I can remember. also the midfield was theirs the whole match, pretty much, and that's pretty much it. I mean, we didn't really have many chances, perhaps in the second half, and but we didn't manage to convert as many other times. And Gianpaolo, their coach, I mean, one of their tactics was to feign injury the whole time. So on every tackle, they were falling to the ground and pretending to be badly injured, and the ref fell for it each and every time. Both teams were fearful throughout the match, but clearly they managed to get something out of it. They got a strike on target, and Sirigu was there to get it, and then they managed to score that goal, and that's pretty much it. We were given the fourth opportunity on Saturday by Cagliari. I mean, it was another chance to draw level with Cagliari, but we didn't take advantage of that, and that's pretty much it.
Indeed. Talking throughout the goal that we conceded. So we had this ball coming from the left-hand side from, I think it was Augello, their left winger. He put a decent ball in the box, to be honest, because it was a really fast ball, quite tense, into the 6-yard box, so into the small box. Everybody are saying, and I do agree with that too, that Badeli and Ostigar haven't done their bit in there in terms of stopping Sabiri from scoring, which, yes, I do agree. However, I always thought, and I always learned that the balls in the small box are of the goalkeeper. Instead, we witnessed the Sirigu really stuck on the goal line, and I don't know what's going on with that goalkeeper, to be honest, because let's not forget is the national team, Italy's national team goalkeeper. Well, the third one is a very experienced player. He played in PSG, he played in Torino. It's somebody that should know how to defend his goal, and he surely knows, but in that chance, at least, he completely forgot how to do that. I really struggle to talk about this game because emotionally it's been a wreck, but mostly because it seems like either though the game has been on for 90 minutes, well, a little bit less taking the fact that throughout the second half we barely played. There's literally nothing that I can remember worth of mention done in a positive way by the Genoa side. Nothing. I'll always remember this derby, apart, of course, for the penalty missed. Also for another episode, and I want your comment on this episode as well. The second half, probably we had only one decent chance to score, where from the left-hand side, Crescito put a ball in the middle, and Destro attacked the third post, and instead of giving it all to try and get the ball with the head, with the knee, with the left foot, or with whatever, he just decided to do some sort of a freestyle trick to get the ball back on his heel and score a screamer. Like, these are not the kind of things that we want to see in a derby. We want you to fight for the ball. He played a shocking game. It really, really played a shocking game. And I don't know what you think about that, but I would say that probably can open us the conversation for the top and flops of the game. And definitely as a flop, I want to put Mattia Destro.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a game for Destro. As I said before, most of the game he got high balls and he managed to catch one, and that situation he described well is typical of Destro, and then that means that he lacks focus really in the box to try and convert a good chance, because we had very few chances, and when you get the ball you need to try to do anything bar from back heel or stuff like that. You need to get it inside the net. And yeah, we had that chance. And to go back to the goal they scored, I mean, again, Baddeley, Ostigar was a bit far, but Baddeley again lacked focus, like Destin, that chance you were describing just now, because you can't let their player get to the ball so fast in front of you without paying attention, because he did not pay attention at all. You could tell. And yeah, Sirago could have tried something there. It was a very hard ball in the middle, and possibly very fast and difficult to get out. But he could have tried. We know that he doesn't usually try to get out or the goal. So yeah, tops and flops.
I know you have decided, when we previously talked, to decide who are the flops. Taken that is very difficult to decide who are the tops in this game. What are your flops?
Well, I already mentioned Baddeley in that situation. Galdames wasn't that good either, and I must say, I know many people. I mean, people are split in their opinions about the penalty. But I'm sorry to say, I need to mention Crucito as well, because yeah, he had that courage to go grab the ball and strike the penalty. But the problem is that, I mean, I checked what he was doing, and it was a mid-air ball, not far from the keeper, and without even trying to trick the keeper. I think the keeper knew he was striking to his right, so he just decided to throw himself that direction, and the ball, luckily for him, wasn't too close to the post. And I think that's the best for a keeper. You can't get any better than that when somebody strikes on target, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, these three.
Sorry. Carry on. Pardon.
No, well, I was saying, yeah, these three. I mean, but generally speaking, the flop was that we didn't really have any strategy forward these long balls, and that's the flop of the game, really. Yeah, we should have done better than that, especially after the first derby, which was awful. We should have done better than the first derby this time around.
Instead, we managed to do even worse, if I could say. I do agree with you with the flops. Baddeley, on top of the lack of focus throughout that situation that basically allowed Sabiri to score, he also made a ton of mistakes in creating offensive opportunities. He was literally receiving the ball, kicking it first intention in the middle of nowhere, without, taking a bit of a time to think, without allowing the forwards to move in the right positions. So he really played a bad game. The other flop to me is, as I said earlier, Destro, 100%. I agree with you on third flop, and I'll add it as well, which is the fact that we should have done better in the pitch tactically. I don't know whether if it is Blessin faults or if it is actually the quality of the players that we got. Amiri as well didn't play a very good game. In regards of the tops, I gave it a bit of toe, and I got 3 tops, if we can call them that. So Criscito is a top and a flop. As a flop for the reason you explained, but is a top, in my opinion, because he brought some quality in the pitch during the game. And since he got in the pitch, we started to create it a little bit more offensively. And I want to put him on the top for this reason, but also because it takes balls to go on a penalty disc. It takes balls. I know he's paid to do that. I know he's the captain. I know there's worse in life, but it takes balls. So I'm on Criscito with this, even though I want to add on him, I'm not upset for him to miss a chance, but I am upset with him a little bit for not having the gut to go and speak to the press at the end of the game instead of sending Sturaro. This is something that upsetted me a little bit. But kudos on him for, being the captain and taking that heavy ball on a penalty disc. The second top of the game, I would say, in terms of play, is Portanova. Portanova, it's an awful player that don't have the quality to play in Serie A. However, he commits to the cause, and when he got in, due to Sturaro, I think, getting injured, he brought a bit more of verve into the pitch. And the third and the only deserved top of the game, I think, is the Gradinata Nord, because a part of the choreography that we did, the banners, un cuore grande così, and then immediately underneath an absolute show of flags showing the red and blue colors with the Genova sentence. What do these fans have to do more? Nothing. There's nothing else we can do to help this team. I don't know what you think about that, but I generally believe that the Gradinata Nord throughout the season, even though with a little bit of complaints and a little bit of situations that could have been handled better, we've been everywhere. The chance that we always think, ovunque and comunque, everywhere and regardless, right? What else can you ask from fans?
You can't ask. You can ask much from fans. I remember the press. They used to say that it is difficult sometimes to play in front of Genoa supporters when you are under pressure. But this year around, many journalists said the opposite, that we should have criticized and booed the team, but actually we were behind the team and they understood. And to be perfectly honest, maybe they tried their best, aside from situations when they lack a bit of focus. Possibly there's too little quality, and to be honest, when you talk about tops that I missed before, I would mention the defensive structure, because we still managed to concede only one goal, despite the fact that we were playing a pretty poor team. But that's what we've seen over the past over all games with Blessing, aside from the match against Lazio. So a good solidity.
Yeah.
But what we miss is a forward strategy. If we don't have a forward strategy, we should at least, as I said before, take in opportunities and free kicks. But we don't even. We had some free kicks which were no use whatsoever. So I don't see.
Speaking of the other results of the day that concerned the relegation fight, because realistically, our chances to stay in Serie A are they're still present, but they're very, very close to known. We missed a massive chance, as you said earlier, taking the Cagliari loss against Verona, and we could have closed the gap. Salernitana is playing later on against Atalanta, which is going to be, I believe, quite of an open game. So we'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, we're speaking actually right now. I think there's a chat in regards of Venezia Salernitana, the game that was postponed and then a bit of a mess due to COVID. We still don't know whether if they're going to play it or not. What do you think is going to happen from now until the end of the season with Genoa? Do you think the players will still commit to try to fight for the cause, either just to honor the jersey, or it's time to think about Serie B, and it's time to think about how to plan next season and to avoid mistakes again.
No, obviously they won't think about next season. Yeah, we shouldn't think about next season. We got a very slim chance. I don't really know, 0.1 up to 5%. I don't really know, of staying up. But to see what's happening now with the decision with regard to Salernitana, Venezia, we'll take it from there. And then obviously we got difficult games. Juventus and Napoli are qualified for the Champions League already. So in theory, they shouldn't have a lot of interest in the games they're going to play. But then again, we don't really score. We don't really convert anything into a goal. So what can they possibly do to let us win a game? It's really tough. And the other teams, Salernitana and Cagliari, and even Venezia now, especially if they're given the 3 points now against Salernitana, will be in with a chance. So we need to see what's happening today, what will happen tonight in Bergamo. See then Salernitana, Cagliari, and all the other games. But if we think of us, we need to beat Juventus, and can we? We won 3 matches out of 35, so I don't know how we can win against them, really.
And then if you win against them, you gotta win against Napoli.
Yeah, we need to see the other matches as well. But yeah, obviously, I mean, if we get a chance that you gotta win the 3 games, really thinking of it. But it's difficult to think that you can win 3 games out of 3 when you won 3 out of 35.
I do agree with you. To be honest with you personally, and we're gonna close on this topic, taking that we've been talking for quite a while already. I'm not afraid of Serie B. And I think it's deserved for us. I'm going to still support my team regardless what's going to happen. I do trust the new ownership. And I think on the letter at the beginning of the show, we actually point out the fact that they saved us from bankruptcy, something that we can go proud of. And that even though they won a derby on the other side of the city, is something that they cannot say about themselves yet. So let's see what's going to happen. We got really nothing to lose anymore. We're going to be there anyway. And we're going to talk about Genoa Juventus next week here on Triple Whistle. We're going to be...
Can I just add one thing?
Oh, sorry.
I just want to say that we got rid of Preziosi. Let's look at the glass half full. We got rid of Preziosi, and we can look forward to something better than that, even starting from Serie B, if Serie B is where we're going to play next season.
I agree with you. Please follow us on all of the social network platforms, Facebook, Instagram. We are also on Telegram now. And let us know your thoughts about the derby and the moment of Genoa on the comments. Thank you very much, Alex, for the nice chat. It's been quite therapeutic, I have to say.
Thank you.
And Forza Genoa, storia merda, I would say.
Comunque e ovunque.
You've listened to Triple Whistle, the after-game podcast of Genoa si Resta. See you next week.